What do you think of the Stream Beats little hi-fi? You like it?
They can't see all the dancing I was doing.
Well, the curtains haven't opened. If you want to start again, do you want to?
No, I'm done. I'm out of breath.
Okay. I'm done.
I'm spent.
I'm quite tired. That is very true. For some reason, I'm feeling a little tired today too. You came over here. You're like, man, if I don't get a pick me up, I'm gonna just yawn my way through this.
I hope this smoothie wakes me up. I don't know.
I hope so too.
Jeez, 100%. One of those cold days here. So
is that what it is?
I don't know.
Slowing down your blood flow.
Yeah, it could be.
You usually go for like jogs and runs this morning. Don't you and your wife take a walk or something, a brisk walk, or what do you guys?
Not when I have to work at 6 in the morning.
You don't get before?
No, I walk around the store for 8 hours.
You're all, that's enough. That's plenty. Megan Fox wants me. That is a pretty good username, I would have to say, especially if you were a Transformers fan in like the 90s, 2000s. And honestly, Adam, how's it going? Good to see you. It is time for a podcast. How are you guys doing? We are in the same room. Look, I can touch it. Yes. I know.
Ow.
There are people here that have never been here for a podcast, and now they're finding out that this is my brother, and I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we are About Beverages.
And we are live.
We are live, and this is something we've been doing for well over a decade. This was the main reason this channel was started, was actually beverage reviews, news, conversation,
interaction,
pop culture talk, like all those kinds of things that come together. We could talk the Super Bowl today.
We could
talk that I lost every bet that I had on the Super Bowl, which I didn't spend much. Like I said, I did my couple free ones. He looks like your dad. Wow, my dad. It's like, okay. That just means one of us is very young, or you're very old.
I didn't know. Does he know our dad?
He might.
Or
I don't think.
I guess I'm old enough to be your dad.
I don't.
So there you go.
But that doesn't work either.
Well, I don't know. I guess it does.
You got to be careful with comments like that. I'm feeling okay with it, but you shouldn't be.
It's okay.
You're like, son of a bitch.
I do look a little bit more like dad every day, it seems. So. I feel that way. That's all right.
Hello, Beverage Brothers. Twice on a Thursday for Beverage. That's true. I actually did. That's okay. We're just giving you a hard time. I actually did stream this morning for about an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, usually you don't do that.
I don't, but Bungie is like, obviously we've talked about that there is a new Destiny content coming up in a couple weeks, 2 weeks basically from Tuesday.
Okay.
They've got new stuff coming out, so they're like basically like almost every other day they're putting out like new videos and information about changes that are happening, kind of like with TFT where they put out updates and here's what's changing in the new patch and all that kind of stuff. Right. So today they actually had like a 16-minute behind the scenes video that was like more of the developers and animators talking about like, okay, well, this is this new thing you're going to have, and here's how it works, and here's these new things that are changes and all that kind of stuff too. Does my rudder go live as well? I don't know. What is a rudder? Is that a term I'm not familiar with?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
It's capitalized. So
it is. It's a proper rudder.
It's the rudder.
The rudder. We will find out. But yes, it is time for some beverage podcasting. Let's see if this beverage that you have brought to the table, if it actually does wake for sure you, and maybe even just gives me a little pick me up,
little pep.
A little pep, a little spring in your step.
That's right.
What is it that we are starting with right here?
We are starting with an organic coconut smoothie. Several of my coworkers actually have spoken very highly of this particular beverage. I've never tried it, and I know we needed something to open with today, and so here it is. And best of all, there was a picture, there's a link, there's all kinds of good stuff.
It's on Trader Joe's website. That's right. So if you guys are looking for any of the things that we'll be having tonight, where is it? There's the button right there. Boop. Those are all the things we are having, starting with this one. So I have kind of two questions. One, in the picture, it looks very pink. Yes. And it is not here.
Sometimes
unless when I open this, it turns pink. Is that oxygen make it pink?
I don't think it's going to do that, but we do have some coconut water at the store that actually is pink. So I think it might just maybe change from batch to batch.
A coconut variant.
The natural product kind of thing going on.
It's a natural product. That is very true.
Yeah.
Brother, I'm just high from the medicine. There you go. Okay, now we have the answer. Adam and chat, high on medicine.
Live as well.
That's good. That's good. Let's see. What else did I... So this is organic coconut smoothie, blended young coconut meat with coconut water.
Yes.
That is a bold description to put on a container of any kind, especially putting the word meat with a liquid. That's all I'm going to say initially. There you go. Got a glass.
I know pistachio can be called nut meat. So you got all kinds of... Yeah, when it's just the pistachio, not in the shell.
Yeah.
Called nut meat. I know.
Why?
I know.
Why do they have to do that? Why can't they just say it's
just so we can
heart,
giggle?
The inner shell, the undershell,
the nut,
the nut. Yeah,
the actual nut.
Coconut smoothie extracted from the Thai Nam Ham coconuts grown exclusively in the lush coconut groves of Thailand. We blended young coconut meat with fresh coconut water to create a delicious, creamy tropical beverage. Drink it on its own. Use it as a base for your smoothies or as an ingredient in soups, sauces similar to coconut water. Some coconut smoothies some coconut smoothies may take on a rosy hue.
Yes.
So it mentions it right there.
That
on the
one
side
has
of the
the rosy
container.
hue there.
I'm so sorry. I walked into Keith's just saying nut meat, and I'm getting the intense need to hear more. Ellie, you walked in at the perfect time.
Yes.
I can tell. Yeah, we were talking about this coconut smoothie that Keith has brought over from Trader Joe's. It is
Basically, you could say it's like the pulp, the coconut
Okay.
pulp, or the coconut.
It's like if you ground up every bit of the orange juice.
You took
You took all of the orange
you
juice.
took, it's just what you scrape out from the actual coconut.
Drink it like a shot. Well, I'm going to pour it here in just a second, and we will drink it that way. Does he go live? He only goes live with me on Thursdays. Do you secretly have a Twitch channel I don't know about?
I do not.
Okay. Have you
Yes.
thought about it?
I have not.
Okay. Maybe you could do that someday. Yeah.
That would be awfully boring.
Yeah. It's called Keith on Keith.
Yeah.
Just talking about things going on in your daily life and stuff like that. Why you didn't get up and run a mile before you went to work at 5 a.m. and
That's right.
those kinds
That's
of things.
Oh, wow.
So you beat your nut meat to a pulp. That is pretty much what they did here. At least if
The
you had
coconut. The coconut.
that is
meat.
kind of that has an interesting viscosity to it.
Yeah. Well, it's a smoothie. So, yeah.
Okay. It doesn't seem like it's quite as thick as a smoothie, but it's not quite as thick as or thin as water.
No.
It's kind of that neat in between that we all just love.
It's smooth.
What if I put some rum with this?
Well, why don't we try it first? The way it is.
All right. I don't have any rum, but that was my
Okay.
first thought. Just playing Minecraft with you. I like that. I like that you're playing some Minecraft and relaxing. Ooh, that smells good.
It smells like cornflakes.
It does actually. It smells like the milk from the bottom of cornflakes. I would watch the shit out of that. Yeah, the nut meat beating only happens on the OnlyFans. Sorry, everybody.
Did we need to put up a special
Yeah.
warning for everybody that we're going blue already? I do play TFT.
You do. That's true.
I was actually just watching a little tutorial before I came over here today. So
Did they do an update that you needed to update yourself on, or were you just kind
it
of
was
learning
just
some
something
higher level
I
strats?
and I've just, you can always, especially when you're at my level, you can always be better. So
OnlyFans time. This is delicious. I like this.
that's good. That's good. It
Yeah,
does
that's
taste
really-
almost like you're drinking cornflake milk. though.
It is like because there's a
Cereal.
little grittiness.
Special K
There's
or
just a
something.
light
Yeah.
grittiness to it. It is a little bit smoothie, but it could be a little smoother.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not just like drinking like a heavy cream or something, which I kind of thought it might be. We're not going to get away from any of these
Could
terms. It
put a
just is
little
what it is.
pineapple. Yeah, heavy cream.
No, a
and
little
nut meat.
little pineapple, little rum with
Yeah,
this, would be great.
that would
Like
be
I
a
said,
good
but definitely a
tropical
good
drink.
I would love swapping this in as opposed to milk, like in a smoothie, like give it a little extra flavor. It kind of already has like a little that vanilla coconut kind of quality to it. That's not bad.
The only thing is this.
Keith making OnlyFans. It's me, your only fan. You are on fire, Ellie. I love it. Thank you for bringing it to the show. Ooh.
This is $2.69. So you'd have to use sparingly if you're.
I wonder
mixing it
how
with
little
something.
you could use and still make like
Yeah.
because sometimes with a smoothie, you just kind of need a little bit to kind of get it going if you had some
a
bands.
little
on
extra
there.
something there.
How's your day been, both of you? Mine was pretty good. Like
mine
like I said, we watched the Destiny vid doc this morning together. I streamed that. And then I just did some video editing and some house cleaning as I usually do. Some loads of laundry, some changing the bed sheets. Like it was like I'm working in a prison.
It's good to change the sheets. Got to do that.
That's true. Yeah. Now we're a weekly sheet changer. Do you do it more often than that?
We do usually every two.
Every 2 days or every 2
2
weeks?
weeks.
Oh, okay. I was about to feel
Yeah.
real bad. I was like, oh my God, every 2 days.
Every day.
I was like, what are you doing in your bed? And I'm like, congratulations, sir. Nice job.
Oh yes, we need to change them every day.
Sure did. We wreck these sheets on a daily basis. So why did you start to play Destiny if you were doing a podcast? So I only just did Destiny. I was online for about like an hour and a half when there was a vid doc this morning, Adam, that if you go on Twitter or go to Bungie's website, it's a little gritty right there. It is like drinking cereal milk. If you go to their website, they had like a 16-minute video that you can watch. We talked about that, kind of broke down the video a little bit. And then I said, I got other things to do, but we're podcasting tonight. So it's a 2-show day. every 3 months here. That seems like a long. Okay, that's a little too far to the other extreme. You need to talk to who's ever changing your sheets, and if it's you, you need to get yourself in shape. Every 2 to 3 weeks here because I strongly dislike the laundry. Okay, so I understand that. And if it's just you, like I said, we have dogs. Our dogs also sleep in our bed, so that's why for us it's definitely like a weekly thing.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that.
Does your wife wear socks to bed?
No.
So my wife does because to try in case she gets a cramp or a cold foot or something like that or whatever. But then what's funny is at some point during the night she kicks them off. And so then, like, when I go to do actually change the sheets, I'll pull back and there's like literally 6 pair of socks just at the end of the bed.
Where are all my socks?
I almost took a picture of it the other week because it was literally like just like almost all in a row. And I'm like, and she came around the corner as I was just like staring at it, and she's like, oh my god, she's like, there's just so many. I said, well, it's like every night you have on a pair of socks, and then you kick them off, and then you don't for no reason. Yeah. It's a unilaundromat. I remember like when we used to live in an apartment, that was always like the least favorite thing. I was like, okay, we gotta trek down there, and then you're either waiting for stuff to get done or you're praying someone doesn't steal your stuff if you do walk away. And such a process. Even with, in theory, you think it's an easy idea because you're like, especially at least with us, it was like, oh, there's 6 washing. I'll get all this done really quick. It's still a pain. Also, you have to hope that like all the dryers then are open when you're done, and that someone else isn't in there, and
someone comes and gets their stuff on time. Do I care at all about it? I don't not care, but I don't really know what's going on. So I guess you're ambivalent. I care in the fact that it's a major part of our channel, and that's something that you enjoy. So I care that perspective. But from like a playing and actively participating, no, not in that situation.
No, and that's totally fine. I'm sorry for repeating my question again, but I said it wrong. It was meant to say, why did you start to play Destiny if you're already doing a podcast? I mean, in general. Oh, I mean, it was just because wanted to have other things to do on the channel. Wanted to still, like I said, and we still talk about, like I said, obviously beverages while I am playing the game. And that is probably 30% of the people that come in the chat start talking about either the daily beverage or talk about other stuff that they've had. So it's it's continuing keeping that brand and discussion going. And then obviously I was already wanting to do streaming stuff anyway. So all that stuff kind of came together.
You were doing, that's right, because you were streaming not as often, but when we first started podcasting or doing the Twitch stuff, you started both of those at the same time, I think, right?
The Twitch part, like when I said, hey, we can start doing this live thing, I'm like, well, I'm going to do this during the week. And initially you were kind of like, well, I don't know if that really works together. And I was like, well, I'm like, what if I did it this way? And we were like, well, and you're like, okay, well, that's not too bad. And just kind of formed out of that. And I think also it was, it was very new for you how streaming works and how all that, is it like, oh, they'll only think of this as a gaming channel and then something will get lost. But I've actually honestly even been surprised myself with how much crossover there has been with the audience we have found, that maybe it's just because of the game that I do play has been such a balance of, like I said, people of my age. Like, I mean, a lot of it is dads and old, people like, middle-aged people and just like I said, older gamers or whatever that have just grown up with it, still playing, and then it winds up the, like I said, the amount of whiskey conversation that goes on is always is always surprising. So it's been nice. A friend is coming up from Manchester tomorrow. Manchester, my friend from Manchester. That's nice.
Yes.
Cool. Now, why are we drinking milk tonight? Big hangover? Or no, it's not milk.
It's not milk. It looks like milk.
It is right there.
It's right there on the picture.
Coconut smoothie.
Coconut smoothie. And
it's pretty delicious. I like, if you like coconut, it's good. Because I don't know, is there like a little, there must be a little sugar. This can't just be coconut.
I don't think there.
Organic coconut water, organic coconut, 5 scoops of sugar. Okay,
5 scoops of sugar.
Right
okay, that helps out.
It does not.
Yes.
I am shocked because usually when you get actual like it's not sweet like this.
Yeah.
So maybe it's because they're using some of the pulp.
Growing region in Thai or whatever.
I guess, it's in Thailand.
Yeah.
From the Thai Nam Ham coconuts grown exclusively in the lush coconut groves of Thailand.
Yeah, sometimes we don't need you to read. This is the dialogue we're talking about.
In my face. Well, and I know this is smaller on your screen. Maybe you're on mobile. Maybe you're on
mobile. Maybe you just want to hear us say it. I know sometimes at work we'll say, well, a certain product, is out of stock, or like with eggs lately, we're trying to.
Are you limiting how much people can buy?
Well, we're trying to limit to like 3 dozen. I mean, if somebody comes in and says, I'm shopping for a couple of families, and then we'll take them at their word. But we've said, well, why don't we put up a sign? And then the answer is, well, Trader Joe's is a company of conversations. We'd rather talk to people and let them know as opposed to just putting up a sign. And that's, hey, well, certainly the stuff is in there in chat, but we're also happy to have conversations. We are website of conversations. So.
That's very true. You definitely have your own personality and interesting take to bring to Twitch. It's no coincidence that you retain a consistent viewership across both. Means we love being here. Ellie, man, Ellie is gassing me up tonight. And like I said, that is, I don't know, whatever kind of day you have days like this all the time. You're being way too kind. Yam, it is good to see you. I trust them to get coconut drinks right.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. Evening, guys. Tyson, good to see you.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't milk. It definitely does. So this looks more like strawberry quick.
Yeah,
which
does,
it does mention
have that. Can have that.
It does mention on the side of the bottle that for some reason it can. I would love. I've never seen a rosy coconut. Which was Lucky stripper name in college. I'm pretty sure it was Rosy Coconut.
Big news.
You passed your first semester. Let's go. Nice job. Nice job. How was so Ellie was telling me the other day that she is working on, you were working on making a computer program, right? Where you could play, what was it? It was Gin Rummy, like a bunch of different card games against an AI like opponent.
Okay.
So they were working on that. So that was, like I said, that was kind of the initial discussion. And that was for one of your classes. Got a first 2 2 1s and a so I don't know what that means. You were going to have to explain what that is.
I think didn't we get this explanation at one time?
I don't know what a Desmond is though.
Not the Desmond part.
Okay.
A first is like an A, I think, right?
Yeah, a Desmond 3
2 is a B.
Oh well, there was the there was I do remember some.
Yeah,
of that.
there was something like that. It equated to ours.
It does look like cereal milk after something sugary. First is the highest grade possible, and it kind of tastes like that too. Like it's coconut, but it also, like Keith immediately said, like cornflakes. Like if you had Frosted Flakes or something like that, the milk at the bottom of the cereal bowl. It could be like
that kind of.
Or what was it? Fruit Loops. That always had that kind of pinkish color at the bottom when you get. This doesn't taste like that because that actually had fruit kind of taste to it. But a first is the highest grade possible. A 2-1 is the next.
So a Desmond is a 2-2.
All right, it feels like you're trolling me right here. Is that real?
I wonder if that's just what that probably just popped up.
Is that a slang thing? Is that like, so if I said that to somebody and then they would just look at me like I was just, okay, I'm going to trust you. Especially if you capitalize there and say, I'm not, I will trust you. But I thought Desmond Tutu as soon as you said that, but a tutu. Yeah.
Very good.
It's a slang thing, but they'd know what you mean. Okay. I like that. Oh, I like that we know a piece of slang now too. What if
collegiate?
What if we're ever in Manchester and we're like, man, so what kind of Desmond did you get in college? Did you get Desmond when you were in college?
Yeah.
You get one?
How many Desmonds?
How many Desmonds did you get? Did you do better than Desmond? Every professor would know. Okay. All right. Well, congratulations on the grades. That is fantastic. I'm very happy, Ellie. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. And this is really good. You redeemed yourself after last week.
Oh, I know how much you love that.
Your redemption arc has gone the correct way.
Hey, it's all about the conversation. Like I said in the post, I said normally, we like for at least one of us to have not had the beverage, which usually most of the time it is both of us. Usually it's at least one, but rarely have we both had it and then we podcast on it. But
yeah, that was funny. It almost would be fun sometime if ever our other brother, like even if he doesn't actually want to come on, like if we could like call him in and be like, you had this too the other day. What did you think? Like just like we're calling in, we're phoning a friend, calling somebody in. And then my lecturer gave me a big compliment on the work I turned in today. I've had a very good day. That's awesome. You deserve good days. All right. Ellie also put beautiful pictures of a sunset in Discord the other day too. Oh, okay. I thought it was a sunrise. So here's why I thought it was a sunrise, because I saw you correct me on it. Because I was almost not going to say anything, be specific, and I was like, oh, it's probably one or the other. I can't tell if it's rising or waxing or waning or rising or lowering, whatever. And I was looking, and I was like, oh, they're posting it at 6:38 a.m. Oh, I bet it's. I was incorrect.
Well, but it was 6:38 so it was our time,
correct. I think that might have been part of it, but not really, though, because it's only like, I think, what is it, an 8-hour difference we've talked about? So I think it was from the previous evening, and then she like been posting in the afternoon. Anyway, so that had nothing to do with anything. Okay. Like I thought, this is what I was imagining, is that she took some pictures and was like, I need to post these to them right now. But that's not actually what happened. She held on to them for a while and then she decided, but it's fine. But it was still nice. Oh man. But anyway, that is good. Like I said, so you said it says $2.79 here on the website. Are you cheaper than that? I saw some people had pictures when I searched for it had $1.99. So did it used to be cheaper?
I'm guessing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff has gone up, but I didn't.
Trader Joe's gouging everyone at the pump. Oh no. Would you buy this again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd buy it again.
Would you put it in a smoothie, or would you just drink it like that? Like, would you use it as a modifier to a smoothie, or would you just drink it like this?
I would probably just drink it like this.
Okay. I didn't know if you'd try and like split it. Like, I'm gonna put this
Yeah,
and some
you
milk,
could.
and
It might
and
get
get two
lost.
uses out of it.
It might get lost. I guess depending on what fruit you put in. If you kept it tropical, if you did like mango, pineapple, the lighter, maybe
where
even
you
strawberry.
still would get that sweet,
Yeah,
but then have the
then you
brightness.
could- yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, that could work.
Because if you went like blueberry, like if you went things that kind of weighted all that down, it would get lost for sure. From a distance, that photo looks like you guys are hawking Pepto-Bismol Light. Now with a third fewer calories, a snake oil salesman. Oof. It doesn't. No, I think I don't know. It doesn't look unappealing to me. This color also reminds me of, I got one of the mint Frosties that they had when they were at Wendy's. Wendy's did a peppermint Frosty, and I was shocked when they handed it to me and it was pink. I don't know if people just universally think, like, I thought it was going to be like white. Like I was thinking mint or whatever, but yeah, they handed, because they handed it to me, I was like strawberry, and they're like, no, that's the mint. I'm like, oh, and they're like, yeah, everyone's surprised. Do not pump this in your car. No, do not pump that in your car. Did do some work on said code though. It's going pretty well. It does look really good. Well, if that's something at some point I can actually play or look at, I would totally do it. I don't know what you have to check out something like that in a test environment. I totally would. The glass with the straw looks like something I want to try. Agreed. The bottles isolated were pharmacy. I can Krill. I can't defend that. Yeah, I would agree. It does kind of look a little bit like that for sure. How are you feeling? Did that get you going a little bit?
I hope so.
Did you enjoy the Super Bowl?
I did enjoy the Super Bowl.
Till the last 45 seconds. When it was absolutely ruined by a bad call. Marred. Put your flag in your pocket, sir. Two Super Bowls in a row where it's literally like a very call is like just handed it to. Again, were the Eagles going to win? No. Did I really care who won? Not really. Like, I just wanted a good game. I just wanted to see someone else have to try and make the drive. Like, I don't want to see someone squat down to kick a 5-yard field goal.
that was boring.
If it was at least maybe even like a 40 or a 50-yard field goal, that also would be more interesting.
Yeah.
But like just where it was and what was going on, like that just kind of, for someone that just enjoyed a really good game up until then, enjoyed it thoroughly, it was kind of a bummer. No comment. So what have we learned here? Trader Joe's needs to work on that coconut smoothie water. Great work, everyone. No, they don't need to work on. They just need to work on the picture. Maybe again. Maybe don't use the one that's got the different color.
Yeah, maybe
that would be what I would say.
Yeah, coconut.
What is that? Chocolate Pepto? It's not Pepto-Bismol.
Chocolate.
Why would it be chocolate? Water label left that keyword. I am ashamed. It's fine. It's fine. It is a coconut smoothie, and it is probably one of the best coconut things that I've ever had, just because of like having that little bit of natural sweetness in there. No sugar added in it. Yet it tastes like there was. Surprising. There's not even any like the fake sugars in there or stevia or anything like that. It's literally the coconut. Nothing but the coconut. So help you God. Yeah, God. I did need help back then. But yeah. So did you make anything like make some home style chili or something like that? Did you go make some snacks? Did you have a beer? Did you open up a sour of any sort and enjoy it with the game? Or?
No, we didn't do that. I did have.
They thought it said chocolate studio. I thought it just said chocolate.
Oh, instead of coconut. Yeah. Okay. All right. No, I had, what did I have? I had the one, because I hadn't been drinking any beer at the house for a long time. I had stuff in the fridge for a while, and a couple of things had kind of lost their luster, so I dumped those. And then I had
over to Joe's.
That mocha espresso. Yeah, I don't want to. Hey Joe, these aren't good enough.
Not as something that like not as your offering, but say like, hey, I have these extra. Do you want them? And you know he would take them. So I had sort of a darker arc. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you started darker.
I had that mocha porter espresso thing, the mocha machine one that I took over.
And I won't but you.
New Year's Eve, I think I took that over. And I forgot what the other thing I had was, but what did I have?
So this tastes very memorable. Tastes good and is pretty healthy. Finally being serious. I'm assuming it's healthy because there's nothing added in here.
There's no like protein or fiber or anything in there. It's just the coconut. So I think you're probably getting some potassium, I guess, from that. It actually has the nutritional information if you scroll down on the screen.
Oh, on the screen. I was like, where are you pointing? That picture doesn't get any bigger, Keith. Sorry.
Farther.
It does.
Farther. There you go.
Oh. That's even easier to read. 6 grams of fat, 6 grams of saturated fat, no cholesterol, 25 milligrams of sodium, 15 grams of carbs, 8 grams of sugar just naturally in here. Less than 1 gram of protein, 4% calcium, 10% potassium. There you go.
Yep.
So if I drink 10 of these, I'll get 100% of my needs.
Get your potassium.
I'm late. Guardian down. It is a strong, strong thing that you actually admit that. Appreciate it. It's good to see you. So late. I'm here for Friday morning. That's actually, you should say I'm early for Friday's stream. That should have been what you should have done. Yum, that would have been pretty good. Yeah, no, this is really good. Like I said, this would be something nice to have in the fridge. This is something different. I wonder if this would work in coffee too. Like if you actually wanted to add something like that.
You could.
Certified organic by Oregon, by Otco, not Opco.
Not Opco.
Otco. Yeah. Oregon Tilth. Huh. Interesting. You were 10 hours early. There you go. 10 hours early. But yeah, Super Bowl overall was good. What else? I saw Ted Lasso starts March 15th. Can you see Ted Lasso? Will you pay for that, or will you wait? Like
I'm gonna have to wait because there's just releasing one every.
Are they doing
every
one
week.
At a time?
Yeah.
So you'll wait till about week 8.
I'll wait until it. Yeah, maybe something. Oh yeah, we could catch up.
Try and catch up.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Because then that gives you a couple weeks catch up, and then you can kind of watch the final episode with everyone else. That's always kind of fun, right?
That's a good idea. Okay, I like it.
Tilth teach. I'd like it. No, that is not what it said. Tilth.
No.
Tilth, not tilth. Teacher, I'd like to. We were talking the other day. There was someone in our raid group that is definitely on the younger side. I actually could be their dad. That's the younger side. I mean, they're in their 20s, but still. And we were having a conversation, and he was asking. He's like, because he hasn't seen like obviously a lot of the movies and some of the references, not only that I make, but other people in our group will make. He's like, oh. What are movies I should see? So he literally was making a list based on our suggestions of movies like he should watch, like culture. Yeah, it was really cool because it was fun because everyone was kind of initially it was just me and like I said, Mel and I, and we were kind of like pitching in some ideas, and then it kind of went to a broader group when we met up and did some raid stuff. And so then that turned into a lot of comedies then at some point. But obviously, like I mentioned, like The Godfather, and I said Jaws, and we were throwing out a lot of those different things. But then he would mention certain movies and we'd be like, I don't know if that one holds up. Like, it's kind of one of those where it was like,
oh yeah,
you have to go in that with a certain eye. Cause I think at some point American Pie came up is what I was thinking of. And I was like, I'm like, I don't know if that was just, I have not seen that in so long. I don't know if that was just funny because of that was like my Meatballs kind of movie, or like my like gross out comedy. And it was of my generation. So then I just, at that time thought it was funny. And now I just watch it. I'd be like, this is not as good anymore just cause it's kind of overly dumb. Kind of thing. I don't know. Superbad, I do feel still holds up. I have watched that within the last 3 or 4 years. That is still very funny. So we did mention that one and got them in there. So Frasier is on the list. So this wasn't TV shows. This was only movies. But yes, that would have been prepped. And Guardian Down, that was one of the very first movies that we actually threw in there. Both of us mentioned Blazing Saddles right away. Came up very early on. And that actually is the one he said he was going to watch first because he actually had seen clips and knew kind of what that was. So he knew what he was getting into. All right. Because that was what we said. We're like, that's another one that's like, it's really good. It's a classic. Everyone will tell you that, but you just have to be ready that it's when it was filmed. It was kind of a different time and place. And he's like, oh no. He's like, I get it. He's like, I've seen the clips, He's like the sheriff's riding into town. Like, so he had seen a couple of those bits, thought that was funny. And we're like, well, if you think that's funny, like the rest of the movie's great. So that one came up. Just give the younger generation a warning. Yeah, that's all you have to do. Just give them a little bit of a warning. So that was in there. I mentioned Young Frankenstein since we were on that same lift. I mentioned
Mel Brooks sort of phase there.
Yeah. I mentioned my brother really likes Scarface, maybe to put that one on there. No, I did not actually mention that. Oh my God. List is comedy movies that hold up over time. It was a broader list of just like what movies should I watch? If you're talking to someone that is a bunch younger, Princess Bride also came up.
Perfect.
I may have seen that one. There was a few that he had actually seen. Sushi also.
And hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good to see you, Sushi. How are you?
Yes, but definitely.
It did devolve into a lot of comedies. I was bringing up because then he was I can't remember because I mentioned Chinatown. I was like, that's a class. I said you could kind of go into anything that has won an Oscar at some point, and it's probably worth giving a look to. So that
Shakespeare in Love.
That was the joke I made. Well, because then he started putting Quentin Tarantino movies because he put Pulp Fiction. He's like, what about Reservoir Dogs? He's like, I've heard of that.
Reservoir Dogs.
I was like, I said that one's really good, and I don't know if we mentioned Ferris Bueller. That's a good one though. I know it does seem like a lot, especially, but you're trying to like curate it toward like, the person that I know, I've known them for years, so it's like, okay, what would do I think that they would like? What would, hit with them? We just told them that as soon as they go to watch a movie, they should like let us know so we can be like, well, maybe don't watch that one yet. Like, maybe pick something else, that kind of thing. And then he was even categorizing them by if they were like fantasy or action, because he put Die Hard on there, like action movie or whatever. And that was funny. He's like, Die Hard. He's like, I'm going to put that one on there. And someone's like, but it's not Christmas yet. I was like,
I'm sure you appreciated that.
I did a lot.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
Oh, LG.
Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay. Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
LG, thank you for the No Merlot. And LG, how's it going? Good to see you.
All right.
Die Hard is a legit Christmas movie. Invite me. Oh, I stand by that 100%, Krill. You will have no argument from me. Yeah, Alien and Aliens was on there for sure. Which there was a few that like he had seen. Like I think at some point we did mention Caddyshack. Because I think he was asked. Oh, he asked about Bill Murray movie. And Groundhog Day came up, and so then as soon as they mention an actor, then you kind of start. All of a sudden, some other movies kind of come up around there. Because I think then he even was like, he's like, what Meryl Streep movie? Like because he's like, he's like, I should pick some movies from one of the greatest actors, like Meryl Streep, right? And so then we were like, well, yeah, Sophie's Choice and. Devil Wears Prada came up, like all that kind of stuff. Happy Thursday. Hell yeah, happy Thursday. Bachelor Party. Oh my God. The greatest Tom Hanks movie, right? Yeah. That's what got him his Oscar, right?
That's the one. Yeah.
I always get mixed up. Was it Bachelor Party or Philadelphia? What got him his Oscar?
Yeah, Bachelor Party.
It was Bachelor Party.
Yeah, no.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, horribly great movie. That one did come up. Someone said they actually liked the second one better than the first one, which I almost agree with. I've not seen either of those in so long. We mentioned the Austin Powers came up, obviously. The
first one, definitely.
First one for sure is a classic. You agree with that? I have not seen either of them in so long. Ban them immediately. You will be banned. I'm trying to think of what other ones, but yeah, we were just kind of starting to rattle off, like I said, different movies, but like some, Talladega Nights, like it turned into a lot of comedies. And then I think it was literally at some point Backyard was just scrolling through HBO and he's like, oh, this one. And this one. I was like, could you get out of the comedy section? Like pick a different area. Porky's, Guardian Down. We can tell the year Guardian Down was born by the movies he's picking right now. He's like Bachelor Party and Porky's. And he's like, what was the movie he did with the Money Pit? All of a sudden he's like asking for Money Pit.
Oh gosh, The Burbs.
God, I haven't seen The Burbs. That was Carrie Fisher was in that too. No, I like good movies. I think we mentioned Fight Club. I think came up. Like I said, pretty much. Oh, and he watches a lot of anime. He's the one that's been in chat before, and you guys were talking about your show,
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, and was shocked that had actually come up in chat. But anyway, so we told him about the Kill Bill movies because those are very almost have some anime influence in them with the violence and stuff like that going on. So. I want to see the new Puss in Boots real bad. I've actually heard really good reviews of that. Like it seemed like it was kind of put out to die and people have liked it quite a bit. So anyway, should we have a beer?
I think so.
I should have brought glassware in here because the beer is right in there.
Beer's there. Well, let's pour it in here. No, we won't do that.
Pour it in your cereal. No. Let's get this off the screen here. Boop. Do that. Do you want me to go get the glasses or you want to break? Do you want to get up and stretch? Or
take a break.
You want to take a break? All right.
Take a quick power nap.
Power nap. All right. Well, he takes a power nap. We're going to go grab the first beverage or second beverage of the evening. Grab the first alcoholic beverage of the evening. Okay. Headed to Nerd Night. Enjoy the drinks. Yum. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Of course. And we will be right back.
Still don't know what that means, but okay.
So when I hit the button, it means the mic is already on. Quit saying those things about Guardian Down and Lucky while we're not mic'd. Guardian Down, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. Also for the gifted sub to alerts are not notifications. I am always shocked. And if you are here in chat right now, alerts are not notifications. Please thank Guardian Down for the gifted sub. And Lucky also thank you for the gifted sub to Keith's Gone.
Keith's gone.
Keith's gone.
But he's back. Yeah.
She's gone. Keith's gone. Oh, wow. HJ is also good to see you too. Good to see everybody here this fine evening. Thank you for letting us take a little bit of a break before we get ready to do our first
A hype train is close.
podcasting. It's right there. It's on the cusp.
Wow.
It's on the cusp.
When did that start? I didn't even see that start.
That was when Lucky and Guardian Down started doing things.
Okay.
It just it takes two. And then all of a sudden they're like, we just need one more. We just need a third. It needs to be a menage, gifted sub or bits for a hype train. That's how it is.
Okay.
It was a French thing that started way back in the day. Hanks in Bachelor Party reminds me of a gag in Trainwreck, Amy Schumer, Bill Hader, where Marv Albert says, it's Broderick's best work since War Games in front of Matthew Broderick. I love that joke, just missing his entire career. That's actually not bad. Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
War Games?
Oh, I've seen War Games.
Oh.
Yes, I've seen War Games.
Oh, okay. Trainwreck?
I've not seen Trainwreck. There you go.
It's good.
Is it?
We liked it. Yeah.
I've heard that's LeBron James's best work.
Outside of the basketball court?
No, even comparing on the basketball court. Wow.
No.
Oh my gosh. Easy. Settle down. Yes, he just broke, he's a good compiler. Breaking a lot.
Yeah, right. He's still going strong. He's not just hanging on. That's for sure.
Trainwreck, when did we start talking about me? Oh my God, what are you doing, Frosty? It's not true. It is good to see you. I'm sad you missed the first 40 minutes. We had a lovely, lovely beverage to start. It was the Trader Joe's Organic Coconut Smoothie, and it was very good. I liked it. Would work well. I think we were talking about either if you were going to make a smoothie like on the more tropical side, or if you wanted to take it to the next level and wanted to add some rum or something else to it and kind of go that route. Also would be quite delicious.
Yes.
So. But yeah, we're going to start with our first. I was making elk. Which elk were you making? I saw your delicious cacophony of meats that you got in stock. So what did you decide to go with first? And when are you taking it all over to your your chest freezer? Elk fillet and elk New York strip steak. Oh my God. Is that just for you, or is there more than one person over at your house? You dive right in. I like it. Good thing. Yes. Have you ever had elk? Have you ever had venison? Anything like that?
I think I had elk. A coworker years ago brought some. It was very dark, I believe.
It's very red.
Yeah.
Usually. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very. It's
well, it was
just
already
because,
cooked. Maybe it was even jerkied. I can't remember, but it was.
Or was your coworker jerky?
It wasn't jerked.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
I had some jerked elk.
Oh, man. Oh, it was left over from your last order just for you. Have ground elk and ground bison tomorrow for burgers to have all of us try. Ooh,
Meat Friday.
Nice.
Dan Patrick said they have Meat Friday every Friday.
Leopard on his stream he just calls it Treat Yourself Friday.
Treat yourself?
Yeah. So he orders a pizza every Friday and he orders it on stream. And then he has like a thing where it's like if, he tries to see if DoorDash gets his order right he tells him to set it like on this chair by the patio. And he's like, then it's like a guessing game. If do they set it by the front door? Do they actually set it on the chair or whatever else? But yeah, so then he has people put in the Discord, you can put a picture of what you're having to treat yourself on Friday because it's Friday or whatever. So yeah. Cope, how's it going? The Beverage Boyos. We are back.
Hey, Boyle.
We are back. Hey, Boyle. You got a benediction, Boyle.
Hey, Boyle.
That's all I can think of is LA Confidential.
Rolo. Tomasi.
He's the one that gets away with it.
Yes.
Recently had an elk fillet. It was really tasty. Yeah, I have not had I have an elk fillet in the freezer. I have not had that yet. But we did do the bison and elk burgers, the ground beef, and those were delicious. Very interested in the smoked cocktail review. Yeah, we'll do that in just a little bit. We're going to have a beer right now. And then we're going to make a Manhattan. I don't know if we're not really going to make it on. We'll make the Manhattan, then we'll come in here and we'll just kind of more be talking about how the smoker thing works, and I'm going to probably stink up the tasting room a little bit. And I'm hoping I can keep that to a minimum, and I'll tell you why. I'll explain. I also have, since I have used it a few times this week, I know what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and if I was going to recommend someone getting one, what I would tell them to look for.
Okay.
So it's actually going to be fairly informative, cool. I think. Right. So I think that'll actually be nice. Must-see films, throwing some out. Shawshank Redemption came up. That's good. Goodfellas, I think I forgot to mention. Back to the Future, Blade Runner, Wizard of Oz, Raiders. We mentioned Raiders. The Searchers. I've never seen The Searchers, I don't think. Unforgiven, Double Indemnity, Psycho, Glengarry Glen Ross. Glengarry Glen Ross, also very good. I watched some of that just the other day, actually. Taxi Driver, Lost in Translation came up for sure. I don't know if Taxi Driver did. All good options. All very good options. Yeah, elk fillets. Okay. I'm going to have to work on those. For some reason, my family members picked ground bison over a mix of elk and bison steaks. Interesting. I mean, that was what my wife's favorite was between the two ground meats. But like I said, I didn't have the fillets and stuff at the ready. All right. You ready to do a little beverage podcasting?
Let's do it.
All right.
Get to it.
Wait, what the hell is this called?
Hidden Paradise.
What the hell is this?
Oh,
Cliffy,
like
can you
I know
take a
the
look
back
at this?
of my hand.
Yeah. What is that?
What the hell is that?
Cliffy, can you take a look at this? That did, like, it definitely was very, like, milk-based because I'm very dry.
Yeah. It's a good thing we have a beverage here to help us out.
That is true. I am glad that we do have a beverage to help us out. Is it good that it's a beer? You think that'll actually be refreshing and thirst quenching? Thirst quenching?
Thirst quenching.
It's hard to talk after we just had a milk-based beverage.
Well, it won't be. It'll probably be better than some and not as good as others.
All right. Okay. Well, on that note, we've got a hazy IPA from a new brewery for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we've already started.
We did.
And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the... I didn't realize we were starting.
I thought you led into it, and I'm like, you know what? I always poo-poo this. Like, I'm just going to go with it. Like, I'm going to make it happen.
Go back to I'm Andrew and I'm Keith. We'll go from there.
That's Keith.
And that's Andrew.
I was like, yeah, no, you kind of let it. I was like, oh, he wants to start that. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'll go with it.
People are going to be like, what is it better than that? What are they talking about? So anyway, okay. All right.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about...
both a little too over the top.
I'm here.
That's how I did it too. I was like, I'm Andrew. It's like, and you're like, and I'm Keith, and we are
AboutBeverages.com.
I'm standing here in a popular watering hole called Cheers.
What's wrong with his voice?
The Shining did come up for sure. No. Heat. I don't think I mentioned Heat though. That is an excellent. That is one of my
shinning.
The Shinning. The Shinning. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Hidden Paradise Hazy IPA from Embolden Beer Company. A lot of bees in there.
There
Embolden
is a lot of bees in there.
Embolden Beer Company.
San Diego brewery, so obviously it is brewed in San Diego, canned in California.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad San Diego's in California. That works out well.
It works out. It's a lot easier for them.
It does. So yeah, this is a new brewery. I think to me, I don't know if have you had anything from them?
No, I had not actually.
This made its way over for a family gathering the other day. Our other brother brought over a 4-pack. So we have had one of these, truth be told.
That was a good, the beverages we had that day turned out to be podcast worthy. Even though we've already had them.
Yeah, that's true. That's always like a nice little added benefit. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and I was like, well, you know what? We need to do proper analysis, talk about it, kind of go through it a little bit, and so that's obviously what we're going to do.
And here we are.
And here we are. Hazy for sure. A little more toward like kind of like grapefruit, a little bit lighter on that. Like it's not like that, or like sometimes you get like it's almost like an Orange Julius, like heavier kind of.
Oh yeah.
Look to it. That's the color wise, just a little on the lighter side, but still hazy. So that's at least
a good start.
It's a step in the right direction.
We've had hazy beers
that
weren't hazy.
That were actually not hazy, which is always kind of it's a little off-putting.
It is.
To the aroma?
Yes. Oh, that's nice.
That sounds good. I'll have that. Vic's Secret Citra. I don't know what this one is. Waimea?
Waimea.
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 Maybe Jay can help us out with that one.
That would be kind of fun if Guardian Down. That's actually not bad. Like if we podcast ever on an actual April Fool's Day, go to do a beer review and just be like, beer. And it's like and like do like a really like short 2-minute review. Like we're almost like that.
It really tasted like a beer.
Yeah.
The moment that hit my tongue, I knew it was beer.
I would agree. Yeah, very much like beer. All right. Well, to the aroma, like do things backwards, and it's like. Yeah. I've got 2 tickets to Hidden Paradise. Oh, it actually says fortune favors the bold at the bottom.
Ooh. Well, see, Jay helps us out. Waimea. Okay.
I think. This beer smells like Teen Spirit. Actually, if it's in the USA, it'd be Fortune Favors the Old.
Oh.
Commentary on America. Why? May. KYOT.
OT. That's right.
The Coyote. Is that still on?
I don't think so anymore.
Smooth Jazz.
Smooth Jazz.
The Angola of radio station.
95.5 KYOT.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Didn't know this is 2 weeks old. That's nice. No.
Yeah.
I actually don't know when it was canned.
I actually don't. I'll look at it in a minute.
We'll check.
when we get to it. I was about to do that.
That
yeah,
can get
literally.
kind of messy.
But no, really nice aroma. Like I
Yeah.
said, it is kind of that grapefruit, little passion fruit maybe in there too.
Almost getting toward that, like that. Not the sunflower, but the onion ring kind of. There's a little bit.
Oh,
of
there's
that
a little
in there.
maltiness in
It's
there.
a little
Yeah,
malty
no.
toward the back, but it supports the fruit. So no, it's got a very nice aroma. Not over the top, which I like. It's not like it hits you.
No,
It's there, but it's good.
a nice balanced aroma. So to the taste,
Yeah.
2021. That's a reference to Guardian Down. Actually bought a. I don't know. Did you just straight up buy a 4-pack of that? Whatever his one of his local bottle shops or like I said stores or whatever where he buys beer all the time. He said he's never had it happen before. He grabbed it and it was actually from 2000. Like the beer was that old.
Wow.
He took it back and they gave him credit for it, like so it wasn't a problem. But yeah, he said he's like, well, I guess I should look at dates now. It was a 4-pack
Unless it was a delicious, stout that ages well, but probably not.
I can't remember what it. Did you put it? You put it in Discord, didn't you?
I have our.
I think you put that in the pub.
I have the Tower Station and the Dragoon that are.
So how
aging.
old are they now at this point?
Well, they're early December. So they're.
How long do we
2
want to
months.
wait?
I don't know.
Do you want to do 6 months?
Do you want to go that?
Or do you want to do less? I mean, I just wanted to make
Yeah, I
sure
don't
like
know.
there actually was a
Yeah, I guess usually it's like 2 or 3 months. They say so. We should at least
Dragoon
go past
claims
that.
like 2 months. Like
Yeah.
they say, like
Yeah.
they're very strict on that kind of stuff.
Oh.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, so it was even in the stout. It was a bad.
Canned on 10/6/21.
Is that modern time? No.
No.
Okay.
Bentwater Brewing Company.
Bentwater boys.
Peanut butter and chocolate milk stout.
Okay. So yeah, if it had already gone bad, then it's not good.
Can't stop. The thing came up. Toy Story, he's seen Toy Story. So Voidstar, who we're talking about, has seen tons of like loves animated movies and all that kind of. So we've seen like most of that kind of stuff. Casablanca, I don't know if that came up.
That's great.
But the thing
Love
definitely came up.
Casablanca.
It was a stout and immediate scent. Was like, oh, so you opened one and you were like, I'm glad that you at least opened one. I guess. I cannot find a date on, so that was actually what I was
Okay.
looking for. I don't see. Well, whenever it was done, this still tastes fairly.
Yep.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, I really like it. It definitely, that maltiness that you talked about in the aroma carries over
Yep.
a little bit more into the taste than I initially had remembered when we had it that first day. And some of, like I said, the aroma, there was a lot of more like higher fruit, where this seems to be a little bit more of like the, I don't know how to say this, but it's like it's not like it turns into blueberry all of a sudden, but it's like a lower,
No.
it's not as bright. It's more of like the lower
Right.
notes
It's
of
not
all
the
those
higher
things.
pops.
Yeah, it's more
It's
of like
that-
some bitter grapefruit. It's some of those kind of things, but it's really good, nicely balanced, like I said. But yeah, I did look for a date on the can. I could not find one, but it still tastes fairly fresh, so
Yeah.
hopefully not bad. But yeah. Good. Yeah, it's
I
good.
like it.
It's good. Would you try more things from this brewery?
I absolutely would.
Okay, well that's
I
good.
would be so emboldened as to try more beers from Embolden Beer Company.
And who knows, by the time you actually see this review, or if you have gone way into the future and are looking into the past to see this one, go to our website, AboutBeverages.com. You may find other beers from Embolden Brewery or other breweries that we have had, along with everything that we have done for more than a decade. of reviews.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
If you only want the latest just videos, you can go to YouTube. I'd be happy if you would subscribe there. That would be excellent. You get a little notification when new stuff goes live, usually a couple times a week, whether it's the archive of our full show that we do on Thursdays or, like I said, again, our podcasts as well. And if you only want audio, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, all solid options. If you are looking for the audio version of these of the podcasts, or just search for your About Beverages on your favorite podcasting app, and you will probably find us there, as well as with some other things too. If you're doing some searches,
well, those social media pillars, the 3 pillars that we have of social media, which for us are Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what's going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings. 7:30 Eastern is what we say, even though we're not in the Eastern time zone.
No.
But that's more universal and
more people
understood.
are knowing what that means.
You can do the math from there. So based off of that, that's when we get together. We try some beverages. We hang out with everybody who drops in and have some fun time talking about all kinds of stuff. Also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what beverages he will be drinking while he is doing that. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. Mimosa, how fancy. It kind of does look a little bit like a mimosa. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The Wormy Project. Can you wish my cat Wormy a happy birthday? Happy birthday. I don't know what the name of your cat is though.
My cat Wormy.
And your user. So wait, is your cat actually the one logged in right now?
The Wormy Project? What is this?
Well,
I know you're too experienced.
A Wormy happy birthday for you.
Okay.
The cat's name is Wormy. Oh my gosh! Did they help you create your username? I like it.
They are the Wormy
Don't forget
Project.
about Pinterest. That's true, Keebs. Keebs, it's good to see you. Hello. It is wonderful to see you. This is late in the evening. You should be in bed. Why are you up? You're up too late. Yeah, Pinterest. I have said now for a while. I have had a few people come in either on our podcast or during stream and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, I saw something over on TikTok. Thought I'd come in and say hi or whatever else.
Nice.
Have not had anyone come in from Pinterest yet. That is my goal at some point, because it's such a weird platform for us to have anything on. And yet for some reason we're spiking in numbers there. And I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
On Pinterest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like several thousand views, like weekly. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just consistency. Like, I finally have hit something in their algorithm between like some of our like putting up our little quick beverage reviews or the shorts that I do like every day or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not sure. The Wormy Project, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
always good to hear some Iron Maiden. I came in from your OnlyFans. There we go, Nix. I was waiting for one of those. Came in from your OnlyFans. Oh man.
What is that?
OnlyFans?
Yeah.
That's like it's usually, working the sex work.
Oh.
It's usually the only, yeah.
Oh, hello.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, but most people, when they say OnlyFans, it's usually like, it's like more direct to like, hey, you want to see me not in the clothes I'm wearing right now?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But you can do other things too. Like some people do it for art. Some people do it for lots of other things. So it's not just that, but that's usually the connotation. So that's the first time you've heard of OnlyFans?
I've never heard of that before.
That's funny. High quality modeling. Thank you. There we go. I came here from the Vanguard playlist. That's true. That's amazing, Frosty. That is fantastic. Watch me paint my house, only $5.99 a month. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Hey, look at me. I'm going to pet my pussy. My cat, for God's sakes. That's what you find on OnlyFans.
Oh, really? No. I feel like I've wandered into some territory.
No, that's 100% what it is.
Okay.
Like I said, yeah. If you're looking for like usually OnlyFans stuff, I would say, I don't know. I don't want to oversell it. It's probably at least 80% of people that are doing something like that. Like exactly some high quality modeling. After you trim your bushes, yeah, I'm gonna trim my bush. Watch me trim my bush for $5.99.
Wow. Okay. Get some special.
I say that when I use the
that.
Destiny emote like Blowfell. Yeah. No, like literally pet it. No, double entendre. Yeah, exactly. Where you pet the cat and turn around in the chair. Yeah, that one. The James Bond one where you turn around. Actually, that's Dr. Evil, isn't it? That's not Blowfell. I think aren't they going for Dr. Evil? Turn around with the cat. At least that's what I always think of. Maybe I'm just thinking of something different.
I think that originated in a James Bond, though.
It did, but
Okay.
that's what I think. That's the one they're actually going for.
Okay.
But yeah, we could do like a. This is a naked Manhattan. It means it's just whiskey.
Oh, okay.
like we could start our own there. See if anyone repost. Are you still curating, storing some Brutowski, and making it skunky? Yes, we are. That was what was coming up just a second ago. I saw you mentioned that earlier. Sorry, I missed that, Krill. But yeah, that was what we were actually just discussing. So we are currently about 3 months out. 2.5.
12/7 and 12/8 are the dates on that. So yeah, we're 2.5 since they were canned, which, for some people that's well within.
That's still fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine for me too. Would that be not fine for you?
I like to try to find something newer in that type of beer. Well, there's so much fresh beer out there. Why should you drink weeks old beer?
Look at
no, I'm just kidding.
weeks. Oh my God, this snobby bastard right here, dear Lord. I thought I was bad.
There's so much out there to choose from.
But yeah, we were working on that. So that's why.
Yeah, we should probably let it go.
You scoffed at it a little bit, but I would think we'd want to do at least 4 or 5 months. Because to me, I always think most people say about 3 months. Dragoon is the exception where they usually do 2.
And then I'll want to get a fresh one to compare it to.
Right. And then that's the idea is that as soon
I'll
as
go get the fresh one right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Wait, no, not yet.
Not yet.
I owe one for the day. I just spent $80 on a belt that doesn't fit. My wife said it's a huge waste.
Oh.
Keebs, I appreciate it. Keith likes it really fresh.
Really fresh.
Don't give me
That's
this
my
old
next shirt.
wine. Give me this. Oh, Keith likes it fresh, and you want a shirt?
Keith
that
likes
says
it
that?
fresh. No.
We like it fresh.
We like it really fresh.
Is there a shirt? Is there a shirt in there?
I don't think so. We've got a lot of other good ideas.
As fresh as can be.
Fresh as fresh. I was wearing my Stirring It Up since 2008 shirt.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Did anyone like it?
Well, I just wore it around the house.
Oh,
I liked it.
Did Pocket like it?
Yeah, I think so.
She's like, oh, that's a nice shirt. It's like, except for that logo. She's like, get that out of here.
Get that cat out of here.
Get that cat out of here.
Do you guys talk about The Jerk? Was that one of the movies?
That did not come up.
Don't know.
No.
Maybe not.
That's pretty good.
It's great. No, I don't know, but I'm for a 20-something.
Yeah, 23.
Okay.
I mean, think of something like movies you'd recommend to your son. Like if you had, like, it's almost like that
I'd tell
similar
him to watch The
conversation.
Jerk.
What's that?
I'd want to watch it with him, though. Hey, we're going to watch this together.
Wound up at a seance last night. Don't know what possessed me. Now it starts. Keebs, you've started it. I blame you. Not getting many eyeballs on that shirt around the house. That's right. Yeah, exactly. You need to go out more if you're wearing those shirts. You're just getting one set. Oh, that's too funny.
Oh, I was gone, but now I'm back. And congratulations to Lucky on the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl.
Keith's back.
He's a happy
Keith's
guy.
back.
Just like Backstreet. I'm back all right.
The inventor of the autocorrect walks into a barn. They order a bear. Christ. Lucky, it is good to see you as always. As always. Aren't you playing Destiny right now? Aren't you farming yourself? Aren't you live on twitch.tv/Lucky8605? I've seen the replay for it. Yeah, it was like the next day. Lucky was like, the Super Bowl's on in a few hours again. Like,
I was thinking, do you have a Super Bowl party and watch the game again with people? Would you do that? Would you have
watch it again if we won? Yeah, not if we lost.
I'm having the following week.
Yeah,
we're having it again. Have another party.
There it is. Yeah, Lucky is literally streaming right now. What are you doing over here?
Yeah, he's super talented.
Yeah. This is still a test stream. It is still a test stream. It is test stream number 266. Engrams need decrypting. That is not wrong. That is not wrong. Oh man. God. Yeah, I think was it next? Oh, because then he was watching it as I was streaming. Because all of a sudden he was like, It's like, ooh, Mahomes just turned his ankle right before the half. This doesn't look good, boys. He's like, he just tweeting it. I'm like, all right, shut up, dude. Like, just shut up.
I thought that should have been a second pick six, right? Or that should have been a pick six. Or not pick six. It was a fumble. A second fumble return for a touchdown.
That one was funny. Like, that was the class. Like, so I didn't know what they were going to call on that one. When I saw it live, I thought incomplete pass.
That's what I thought too.
When I saw it live, I thought incomplete pass because it happened so quick.
Right.
And in my head, I was like, they have the whole, like, you need to take a step and like make a sandwich and like do a backflip.
Right.
And then it's like,
Right.
whatever.
Take a nap.
And then when they showed the replay, and again, because they're slowing it down, I saw the catch and he took kind of I was like, I'm like, maybe that is like, so I was honestly 50-50. Like most of the calls, I think they did a pretty good job on.
Yep.
The last one, I think, like, again, I think that's one, that they should have probably put in their pocket. Just to, at the very least, make it more interesting. My God. I thought the one later with the Eagles just got the Omelon fusion. Oh God. Did you get it with reconstruction and everything, Lucky? Did you get the role? Keith was speaking when it happened.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad I could be there for the Omelon fusion. Did I say that right?
You did. It's
Not
hilarious.
Omelon.
It's a sexy role. These hordes of hive ain't gonna shoot themselves. That's true. That is very true. But yeah, like the one, I think it was Dallas Goddard, or not Dallas. Is that what his name is? Something Goddard, isn't it?
The
Bob Smith.
Eagles tight end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Dallas Goddard?
Goddard. Yeah.
Okay, I know it's Goddard.
He was on your fantasy team.
I know,
But he helped you
was
to the
also
playoffs.
injured. He was also injured when we needed him most. That catch he made where he like bobbled it and then kind of and they wound up giving it to him. I wasn't quite sure if that was a catch. Lucky, thank you for the lurk. I wasn't quite
get
sure.
Back to your fun there.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that one was a catch because I couldn't tell if he quite got it because they're like, oh no, he did get his left foot down. I was like, did he have control again? Like that one was dicey for me. And like obviously didn't affect much, but
oh yeah, that one. Yeah. No,
where he like caught like initially, but then he didn't, and then he kind of
got
bobbled
it again.
And then when he got it, I didn't know if his
toe down
did
just barely.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah. It was close. It was close.
I saw it was like the more people watched Rihanna at the Super Bowl than the actual Super Bowl itself.
Really?
The halftime. I mean, it wasn't by much, but I think my wife quoted an article. It was like 318 million or whatever watched Rihanna. 310 watched the Super Bowl or something. So there was definitely an uptick of the wives walked into the room, I guess, or something like that. Or like I said, the partners, the significant others walked into the room. They're like, Rihanna's on. I have pointless seething fantasy resentments against certain players from years and years ago. It's so lame. No, I get that totally. Yeah. I 100% understand that. I also, my brother and I, my other brother, we do a fantasy team every year, and we won't pick anybody from the NFC North that the Bears division is in, other than the Bears. So we literally kind of cut ourselves out of several good, lots of good players here and there, but that's like our thing. It was nice of the Eagles to let that Rihanna lady play. I'm a little tired of Hotel California, to be honest. Wow. Always the Eagles haters for some reason.
I was going to say, were the Eagles supposed to play? That would have been funny if the Eagles were playing at the halftime and the Eagles were there.
That actually would have been funny. I think that's what you're going for. Let get them off the field. That was what was fun. Was the field was just absolute garbage from what everyone said. Like, how do you have that bad?
The Chiefs didn't have as big of a problem with it. It seemed like the Eagles did, though.
Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of cleat changing.
Yeah.
Even though they won, though, I thought I saw even the Chiefs people saying like, it was not a great field. Like, so there's plenty of room at the Hotel California. All right, so should we smoke a cocktail?
Yeah, we had to make the cocktail, right?
Yep, we're gonna go make a cocktail.
Smoke it.
We're gonna make a Manhattan. Eagles fans would have stoned the Eagles. That's true. They would have thrown batteries at him. Keith, is that your Arizona team's effed up on the field? Should we riot now? No, that's a different Arizona team.
Arizona team's.
Your Arizona team effed up the field. They were saying the Cardinals.
Right.
We are actually not Cardinals fans.
I'm not anti-Cardinals, but I'll root for them because they're in Arizona. Yeah. I did like when Carson Palmer and they had some good. I like Larry Fitzgerald. I
like the hell out of Larry Fitzgerald.
So no, there was some good stuff there. Now it's kind of in a state of I'm not rooting for them over the Bears.
I would hope not, for God's sake.
Or over the Vikings. No, I'm just kidding.
I'd hope you root for them over the Vikings. Only vaguely understands what stadium the Super Bowl was in, about that field with some BS. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was up in Glendale. That is north of us.
Yeah, that's the Cardinals' actual field.
Yeah,
so.
the Arizona Cardinals Stadium. But yeah, all right. So we're gonna go make a Manhattan, the classic drink. The recipe is somewhere. That link is to the recipe that we'll be roughly doing. And then the main portion of what's going on here at the end is we'll just kind of talk about the whole process of making a smoked cocktail using this little infuser smoker thing. We'll talk about, like, again, some of the pros and cons, and then just go through tasting. I don't know if we want to. Do we want to do two different ways? Like, make the drink. The drink is obviously gonna be the drink, but do we want to try smoking in two different ways, or do you want to just do them the same and we just taste it? I don't know. What do you?
I know so little about what we're doing. I'm just going to be. I'm going to be enjoying, like all of our viewers here.
Okay.
And Pocket's dropped in.
Pocket.
Hello, Pocket.
How are you? Good evening. It took over 2 years, $800,000 to prepare that field. Yeah, because it's not even the field that they normally play on, right? Isn't that right? It was
yeah, like they roll it in and roll it out. It's kind of cool how they.
But it
do
was
that.
a different field though, even than that. From what I understood.
Yeah, I don't know. Should have been perfect when you have that much time for the biggest game of the year. So
yeah, you would think so.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back, and we will bring some smoke with us.
Some smoke, yes.
Some smoke on the water.
We'll stick that cocktail in your smoker and smoke it.
All right, we are back and ready to go here. We've got a cocktail all mixed. Got some glassware. We've got
little bamboo hat
there that you can't quite see. Yeah, it looks like little bamboo hat there.
Okay.
Like I said, we're gonna do a smoked cocktail with this set that I got for my birthday. This is I'm sure a lot of people have seen videos on this. There's quite a bit of information around the internets about different ways you can do that. You can buy, like, go as simple as just buying a cedar plank and having a butane torch, literally just kind of smoking that, getting it going. You put the glass on top of it and smoke goes up into there, and then you turn it over, pour in the drink, and you get your smoke that way. This is kind of the, like, fancier way, I guess you could say, because you can get different, like, as opposed to having to have a bunch of planks around, you can get different little containers of wood. Like this one had hickory, pecan, cherry wood, all that kind of stuff in there. And then, like I said, yeah, is
this part of the kit?
That was part of the kit that I got.
Can you use that for creme brulee?
You could, yeah. Ooh. No, it's just a butane torch. Oh, just kidding. Oh God, I didn't know that had the flame set so high. I may have to play Destiny this week to replenish my materials I use with all of my new builds. Get on that double loot. They're back like a case of herpes. Gosh darn it. That's gross. Wow. That's nasty. Almost got one of those. I got the 2-liter barrel instead. That's a big one. Most of my drinks are smoked because I still partake in the old habit from the 1920s. My eyebrows. Crocodile. Good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Yeah, I used a lot of materials as well. We did a little bit of farming yesterday. I may have to do some of that too, but I'm trying to avoid overplaying Destiny because as soon as it's about to be a new DLC, there's going to be a lot to do. So it's like you almost don't want to burn yourself out. So I'm like, trying not to do too much. But yeah, there are a couple ways you can do this. I looked online to see, like, because initially I've used this a couple times this week. I have a few thoughts which we'll talk about after we start drinking a little bit. Okay. About what is good about this kit, what might be what you should be looking for, all of those types of things. There are a couple of options. You can either, like I was just talking about, you can either get the glass kind of smoked and then you pour the drink into it. And I've seen that as one way because then, you kind of actually get the smoke kind of more encompassed into the drink, into the beverage itself, because it's layered in there, as opposed to what we're about to do, which is where you could do this before as well. But like I said, you can actually do it this way where you put the drink in there and then you smoke into the glass and then whoop, it's kind of more on the top.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends on what you're going for, the look you want. Obviously the presentation is a little bit neater when the drink is already in there and then you just got this smoke kind of simmering on the top, but
smoke on the water.
Yeah, it is a little bit more smoke on the water. Got everything to tier 9 at least, just need more golf balls. I need all the golf balls. Keith will go on hiatus for almost a month. I didn't say we're not drinking that much.
Oh, I thought you were talking about when the new thing drops.
Oh yeah, no, not that long. About 2 weeks. We had a 2-week hiatus. I'll just have Keith phone in and we'll just have him. I'll put him in the top part of the screen appear.
That's right.
What are you doing?
I'll float. I'll hover.
He'll ride behind me on my Sparrow. I'll be riding down the road. And you're like, where are we going?
I'll be like Bob Newhart. riding behind Buddy on the tricycle. Is that how that works?
I don't know if you're going for that or you go for the Dumb and Dumber. We're just going up the hill on a little motorbike.
Got to go to the bathroom.
Have him show up for dinner and drinks. Exactly. Weekend at Keith's.
Yes.
New episode series.
Dinner and drinks. I'll just sit there and eat while Andrew plays.
So I don't know which one is necessarily, which way sounds more interesting to you. Do you think the glass should be smoked? We pour the drink into it, or do you want me to pour the little bit of the drink into each, and then we actually, like I said, do the smoke on the top? What do you think sounds more interesting?
And we can't probably do both.
I mean, if you want me to do one into each one and then we're sharing, like I'm fine with, like if that's really what you want to do. Is
no,
sit there
that's
and
okay.
I made enough where we'll split
what
this
way
into
have
two
you?
cocktails.
What way have you done it?
I've done it both ways.
Okay. Oh. And do you favor one over the other?
Not necessarily. They were two different drinks at the time too, so I don't know. Like I just kind of
Let's
initially I
put
did
the
it one
smoke
way.
on the water.
Okay, you want the smoke on the top?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll take that one. I'll take that
one. Well, no, just drink from the other side.
All right. And if you guys want the recipe for the Manhattan that we made, you are more than welcome to click on the link that is down there, right there. If you use the beverage command in chat.
Got the wild turkey
Rare breed barrel proof. I like the little higher proof. I also usually always like the rye when it comes to these types of cocktails, because a little bit of spice with the sweetness of the vermouth, the Angostura bitters that you put in there. I like that little bit of an adjustment.
HJ went all Spanish on.
Porque no los dos. Porque no los dos. All right. I brought in, what did I grab? I just happened to grab cherry wood.
Okay. So this kit that you got, this was for your, it came with different types of.
Yes, came with 4 different types of woods.
Nice.
And as I learned this week, you literally don't need that much.
Okay.
So one of these little containers, just one of these containers would probably last me about 10 years. Even if I smoked every drink, if I opened a beer with everything and I smoked, like they would last for probably forever. Okay. There is a little.
He can't stop smoking beverages.
Yeah. There's a little mesh filter inside there. This is actually where the wood chips wind up going. Do you want me to talk about pros and cons after we're already drinking, or do you want me to talk about them as I go through?
Well, whatever you think is the smoothest or most informative.
Maybe just as they come up, I guess.
Yeah,
so anyway, I'm just going to put you put a little pinch of the wood chips in there.
Between your cheek and gums?
That's right. I'm even already probably putting more in there than you really need.
For full wood chip pleasure.
Yeah. And then, like I said, as soon as you've done that, this caps it, like whatever this will wind up fitting on. I'm using obviously a rocks glass. I think my martini glasses are probably too wide for this to fit.
It would float in there.
It would float down a little bit on there, so it just kind of depends. Cherry wood, one of the tastiest of woods. I mean, I like this. I did the pecan wood and I did the cherry wood. I think those are the two that I have done. Like I said, but there was also, like I said, a hickory and something else. You know what? I realized I should have put a box or something. I don't want to use that box. I guess I could hold it.
Have it up. Want me to hold it?
No, I don't want to. If anyone's going to be lit on fire, it better be me.
Okay.
So there you go.
Ooh. Oh, I saw a little spark fly.
Yeah. So that's cool. But here's the thing.
Cool.
Smoke coming out of the top. That's kind of annoying. So that is my first thing I was not a fan of on this kit. Almost every other kit that I looked at after this, there is a little like hat that goes on the top to kind of keep the smoke from coming out. So this is something I created just literally the other day. I was like, I cleaned out because there was like a little plastic filter on the top of this thing. So I was like, all right, I'm going to put something on top because it was like smoking out. My wife was like, what did you light in here? Like, so definitely this is not like, if you have any kind of aversion to the smell of smoke or don't like that smell or like have, breathing issues or whatever, like I said, that's going to hit you, like I said, right away. And
this smell a little bit like campfire in here,
right?
Just a little bit, but I like that. I like campfire.
Yeah, and so that's why I also mentioned you don't want to use too much of the wood chips because they're literally just going to sit in there and kind of keep burning. So yeah, that is what the cocktail looks like, and it looks really cool.
Oh yeah.
But that was one of my biggest, I think, negatives about this kit that I realized later on. And it's weird too, because I swear I thought it had one and I went back and looked at the picture and it didn't.
Go through all the packaging?
I kind of did. Yeah. I thought either the packaging or I went through all the pictures, didn't have it in there. And then every other kit that I looked at after that, I saw that it had like a little top. I was like, well, I know why that top is there because it does that. So anyway, if you're outside or something, it really doesn't make a difference. So that's what that looks like.
That's cool though.
So we will, actually, I'll just have, wait, which one? Oh, that was the cracked one. Damn it.
I don't care.
Okay.
I know what side not to drink from. Yeah.
There you go. I wasn't sure if I was going to get him. Now this is metal, so I wasn't sure if that was going to be hot either.
Oh, and you're using the same chips?
Yeah. So you can see, you can kind of get it going. See?
Yeah.
But it goes again. The smoke billowing out of there a little bit.
You want me to?
Go ahead. Yeah, no, go ahead and start. That's fine.
Ooh, it smells like you've roasted a marshmallow, and you have a delicious. It's like you're out by the fire, and you're roasting a marshmallow, and you have a drink.
Yep.
But it's all in one glass.
It's all in one glass. Yeah,
That's cool.
Exactly. But it is a really cool look. Like I said, obviously a lot of it, the look of it dissipates right away. But for me, since you're smelling it right now, like I said, the aroma stays like it's pretty strong.
Okay.
At least I thought. I don't know what you feel.
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
it's there, but I'm still getting the alcohol. The drink is coming through, which I like that. And then it's like accentuated by some smoky goodness there.
Yeah, you get, like I said, especially in this Manhattan, like I said, the sweet still comes through, the smoke kind of billows into there, and kind of like you said, it's literally like kind of like if you were in the vicinity of a campfire, you're getting that smell, you're getting some of it in there. I did a whiskey sour the other day and did this with it, which was also interesting. Big recommendation: if you make a whiskey sour and go through this whole process, and you forget to put the simple syrup or the agave nectar in there, not as sweet as you think it would be when you take a drink. It's shocking. I did that by accident.
You need the sweet.
I literally smelled. I was like, oh, and I took the decent sized drink, and also it was like smoky tart. I was like, oh no, what have I done?
Smoky
so that is so that was a little bit unfortunate. Accentuated by some smoky goodness. That's not bad. But yeah, I like I said, it's a nice blend. You definitely still get the drink, like it's not completely lost, but you get that in there. I don't know if like it would mix in a little bit more. Like I'm going to find out here. I don't know. What did you think taste wise? Did you get?
It's interesting. It's like it.
Did you think there was a level of smoke in the taste per se?
There's a little bit, but not a lot. But it's almost like it levels things out in not in a bad. It doesn't mute them.
Right.
It's not like. It's not like it, but it just sort of like, hang on.
So I get a little bit in the drink. Like I said, it's still a classic Manhattan, which I love. This adds just another little layer to it, not only visually. The aroma obviously is fantastic, especially when it first comes off, because all of that's dissipating. That smells really good as long as you like that type of aroma.
Yeah.
And I think it mixes in there a little bit. I think you get a little bit more in the taste when I did this earlier in the week if you do the smoking first.
Okay.
Because it, that kind of sits on it. If there is some smoke, it does kind of blend in there a little bit. So if you want more of that smoke character,
okay.
do
So
that
now
first.
I had a hard time conceptualizing what was actually going to be happening.
Oh, okay.
Until it actually happened. So now I can picture that you would not have the drink in there and let that smoke just sit, and you'd take that lid off and pour the drink on.
Yeah, you'd pour the
it
drink.
would mix in more.
Yeah. You kind of get that to like that initial kind of like blast down there. And again, I don't think either way was it like, oh my God, now that just tastes like a cigar. Like it doesn't, it never gets that strong, but you definitely get more when you do it that way. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for in any particular cocktail, what you're going for.
It almost takes away. Now I could see why if you forgot to add the sweet component to your drink,
That's right.
Because it takes away that sweet of the sweet vermouth almost.
It's got a little more herbal quality to it. The sweet is still there though. I think the rye, I get rye.
Maybe that's what it's
like. I get the rye spice, like I said, and again, that's what I want as the feature of this drink in particular is the rye, the whiskey, and then like I said, I like a certain kind of sweet vermouth, so that one brings a little bit of sweet, the herbal quality to it. Like I said, I used the Angostura bitters. The only thing I did not have that I could have done, so no one yell at me right here. Like I said, I didn't have any Luxardo cherries on hand. So normally you'd even get a little bit more sweet from that as well, because you'd put in a cherry and mixed a little bit of that syrup in there. So that is the only component that is missing. But yeah, I think it's fun. Again, the only thing that is if you have anyone that likes it, and I know you do a little bit, but it seems like you were okay. Like I said, my wife, she has a little bit more, like if we do cleaning and it's dusty, like she kind of needs to take a Benadryl or something like that. So this one, when I first did it, and then it was, I didn't have the lid part for it. It was just kind of like smoke in the house.
Right.
She was like, oh God, that's pretty strong. I was like, all right, I'm like, let me do the next one outside. And like, I'll kind of test. So now I've got my
underwater.
I've got my pattern. Yeah, exactly. I've got my pattern down a little bit now.
Yeah.
So now it's not, when I did the one the other day, I literally went outside for the whole thing. And I just came up with this cap idea today because I was like, oh, I bet I could at least use that.
Yeah.
you don't lose a ton out the top, but it does come out. Like I said, so anyway.
Yeah, you might as well contain it in there like that.
Yeah, and if you do that, it does go back down. You don't like. I've seen some people pack way more in there. You saw how much smoke we got. I got that for 2 different drinks, and I put in literally like a pinch of these chips. That's why I jokingly said at the beginning that this would last forever, because I've got 4 of these containers. You can see.
Yeah, you use the same ones for your drink.
Yep. Yeah, I got a little less smoke in mine doing the kind of the double use, but. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a earthy, but yet also a little pipe tobacco going on there.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me when Uncle Joe used to smoke a pipe.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a fan of too smoky. I had a drink once where the only thing I could equate the taste to was that they had used water from the smoldering wreckage of a monastery fire in the brewing. Yeah, so like that's more of like what is that? Why can't I think of that type of beer? There's like a Baltic smoke porter or something.
Rausch beer.
Yeah, like a Rausch beer or something like that. For sure, that is not something that many people would like. This is not that. This has a little bit of that. It's more on the initial, like when you take it off the presentation, you get a little more waft of all of that smoke. But once that's gone, it's not like a constant thing reminder in there. It is more of a nice subtle accent. You can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it. That's very true. Dan Patrick, right here.
The actually it's
really
funny.
good.
Really good. I had somebody actually returned a couple of bottles of wine today at the store, and he just said it was very smoky. So sometimes that's just not. It doesn't always work in every beverage, but now it's dissipate. I don't really. It's not there anymore. I would say. I wonder if when you took that lid off, if you could have stirred it real quick.
That was another option. I did not try that, but that is something maybe you could have tried.
Take that out and leave that.
I can get a stir if you want to try it.
No,
Did you want to try that? I'm happy to I can go get my mixing spoon, or get a mixing spoon, and we can put more stuff in there
and re-smoke.
Yeah, I don't care. You want to try it?
Yeah, we could re-smoke.
Right. Yeah. Right
back. Yeah, no, and that's the thing about it. I work, if you don't know, I work for Trader Joe's, and our policy is we tried it, we liked it. If you don't, for any reason, bring it back for a full refund. And most people are really good about using that policy for what it was meant to be. Every once in a while that doesn't happen, but today he was returning 2 bottles, and you could just tell he obviously there was something in there that he was picking up as smoky, and he just didn't care for that. And that's always a good thing, at least for me as an employee. If I recommend something, I hope they like it, but if for some reason they don't, at least they're not stuck with it. So anyway.
Seems like a missed opportunity to drink a little more first.
Well, yeah, because Nick was saying that half drunk.
Oh, people drinking alcohol is weird to me. I saw a lady with a half drunk bottle of wine. It was $10. Just choke it down and get on with your life. So I did tell, I was talking to someone last night in chat in Discord. I mentioned one of the stories about someone bringing back like oh, we just didn't need it for our party. They brought back like a cake, and we're like, you can't just keep 6 bottles of wine. Like come on. It was one of those. And then I also told the story of the pantry raiders.
The pantry raiders
come back in. Do you have that much anymore still?
Yeah, it still happens. I don't see it as much, but it does happen still. Usually you can tell, at least especially where we are, it's as it starts getting to March and April and people are, leaving Tucson for the winter. But not always.
Snowbirds, you say.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Actually, maybe do you want to be ready to put that on there?
Oh yeah, we can put that on.
All right. So I dumped out what was in there.
Okay.
And I put in a small amount of fresh shit, but like I said, that's literally as much as you have to put in there. Like it's just, you just don't need that much.
It's just cool looking. If anything, it's kind of a fun.
I think it's really neat. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. Would I do it for every drink all the time? No, but it's super easy. Like once you've set it up, like once you've filled this thing with butane, done all this stuff, like it's totally fine. By the way, Bev, it's me, Transcendent. Decided to change my name back since Megan Fox is single again. I had no idea that was. So I had a inkling because the chat emote you came in with was the one Transcendent usually comes in with. So I was like, that's really weird that someone would use that same one. So that's funny. That's funny. Megan Fox wants me. So it's up to you how long you want to let it sit, and then if you just want
I
to
just think that.
put it in front of your shirt, you can see more of like it's literally the kind of the
There you
entire
go.
glass.
Yeah.
Yes, Transformers is cool. I enjoyed that, especially the first Transformers movie. I enjoyed that first one. The second one I watched quite a bit too, and then it was the third one they got rid of Megan Fox. And I haven't seen. I think they're doing another one of something. How are the beverages tonight? They have been pretty good. We started out like let's see, what do we got there? Trader Joe's the coconut smoothie, that was pretty good. What else? The Embolden beer was also very good. And then right now we're just making a Manhattan, and we're trying out this little smoker that I got for my birthday. Canadians are fascinated by Trader Joe's. We get in there and it's like Christmas. Everything is mysterious and exciting. I didn't even know there were
That's
Trader
how it is
Joe's
for me every day.
Are there Trader Joe's in Canada?
There are not. Not yet.
Oh,
I don't know if there will be.
So is this when
but-
they come over like across the board and then they come?
Well, like there was the one guy who was Pirate Joe or Pirate Stu who would come over. That's that.
yeah.
Remember he'd go over and
that's
buy a whole
right.
bunch of stuff and then sell it in the storefront, and there was a whole lawsuit and all that kind of stuff going on. So, but
You
right.
set on the towel, I think.
just wanted to. Awesome.
Well, it'll be exciting internet right there.
Yeah. Oh my God! I saw it live as their room burned down.
Snuffed out quite a bit of it. You think you get more or less? I mean, obviously that's right after you've kind of done it, but
No, they got a little bit of the campfire, and then
yeah, I guess this was more about the taste. Do you get it in there?
maybe a little bit. I don't know if it's. It really, for me, it does. I love a Manhattan. It does change the flavor profile. It doesn't. It like it said. It kind of. It's. I can't quite explain it, but it's like it gets in there and just sort of mingles, and it's delicious. Actually,
That Pirate Joe story was pretty funny. Yeah, I remember that when we had kind of talked about that. That was several years ago, wasn't it?
yeah, it was.
My brother lives in Milwaukee. That's basically Canada. Milwaukee, meaning the good land.
Milwaukee.
Yeah. Overall, I think this is really fun.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it's unique. I think there's different ways you can try using it. I think, the way if you want the most smokiness, because you got a little bit more, but I still think there's more if you do it the other way. That seemed to be the most.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think it still doesn't overwhelm in any way, but if you want even a little bit more of that smokiness, and it's just fun to experiment with kind of any drink that you would normally make. Like, ooh, what if I have not done it yet, but maybe when I make my next martini, I may actually do a little smoke in there and like see what that's like, just to kind of add that kind of character to it. I think it's definitely a huge fun factor. There are cheaper ways you can do it. Like if you just want to do, like I said, the cedar plank and just want to buy one of these for $10 or $12, buy a cedar plank for $4 or $5 or whichever one you want. You can do that and use that up. If you want to have like a kit, so it's just kind of all more together, these are usually anywhere from $40 to $60 or $70, depending on which one you get. The only thing about this one, like I said, I would literally just recommend get one that has, I'm doing a makeshift version, get one that just has a little topper on it so that you can kind of keep the smoke from going. It works. It's not as elegant. The other ones look really pretty.
Okay.
Like there's ones, because it's the bamboo and it just goes right on top and stuff like that. Or they have different little smokestack ones. That would be my biggest recommend to change out. But can you use that to smoke a brisket? It would have to be the world's tiniest brisket.
Finkel is Einhorn.
You'd be like, it's one bite. One bite of brisket.
We should just get like a wine cork and just.
That's actually not a bad idea.
If a champagne cork would be a little bit too, or a sparkling wine cork would probably pop open a little bit too much, but cork might go right in there.
Do you think that would catch on fire though?
I don't know.
There's not a lot of heat in there. Like, you think snuffing out the oxygen of that would be enough? Like, I don't know. That was why I was like, oh, this metal will work, because I know that's not going to catch on fire.
Huh.
But that's not a bad idea, because that's about the size of that top. I might try something like that. I'll do it outside.
Yeah.
I don't need to have any liability on that one. But yeah, like I said, I've had a lot of fun doing this. Now my third or fourth beverage doing this. So.
Creme brulee.
Yeah, I mean, and you can use, and obviously it's just handy having one of these torches around. For creme brulee or for other things.
Stand back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Andrew,
I keep it by my bedside table.
Andrew greeted me at the door with the
ruffians,
mini torch.
The ruffians that you find
Said,
here.
You're not coming in here today.
Halt, infidel!
Smoky martini. Yeah, I think
that might
as well
actually be
try
kind of
it,
fun.
right? I mean,
the lid smells smoky.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
First, soak the cork in high-proof alcohol. Yeah.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
there we go.
Yeah. Speaking of actually soaking things, how is that beer coming along? Do we need to? Is it bottling time? Have you been tasting? What's
the
going
RISP?
on? Yeah, the Russian Imperial, the oaked aged Russian Imperial Stout. I was going to text you about that today, but I forgot. I texted you about something much less meaningless, much more meaningless, I should say. So what are you thinking about for next week? Have any ideas? Have any thoughts?
Is next week not into the...
No, next week will still be fine.
Okay,
It'll be the week
we're so
after.
clear.
There. So this will be this was the penultimate.
Okay.
And the ultimate before that.
Maybe I'll keep that.
People do really love the podcast, so this is the love you don't get to see.
What's that?
On Wednesdays, if I either say like, "Oh, we're not doing a podcast" or something, or like, "No podcast? When's the podcast?" You're not. No, there's a lot. No, okay. No, that is the question. What are you guys doing with the podcast? Like, I get that question.
I even get that at work too. What are you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, no,
not that anybody starting drops in. But.
I know. No, starting on Tuesday or Wednesday, people start asking, "What are you guys doing this week? What are you having? What are you guys going to go with?" And I was like, "So,
I don't. Let's see. Well, I obviously have to get to Tap and Bottle or Caps and Corks to get something for Sunday.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I've got at the house. I don't have anything. I bought one of the Trader Joe's vintage ales this year, but I was thinking maybe that'd just be good just to have sometime. Or I mean, we could. Not really. It's not really relevant though,
right?
As far as podcasting goes. Yeah.
Have there been any other no podcast for a month? No, not for a month. Just 2 weeks. We just have to get through the first raid. Then after that, it's fine. Have there been any other, like I know with Imbibe, like has there been any other like mixed drinks? Like, we should make this mixed drink or
they've got. I mean, they've always got cocktails.
I mean, I think that.
But then, like you said, it goes into the we need this $40 bottle ingredient, or we've got to make this thing, or we've got to make that thing, or we've got to
I guess you look at it, is it something that has like, we have this base spirit and we just have to buy this one other thing or two other, if it's this little garnish thing.
Usually I'll start looking at the recipe and then I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. No, and then no. It's like, what would I be willing to invest? So yeah, I could take a look. It's cocktail time. It's cocktail.
It kind of feels like that a little bit. Yeah.
And
we can smoke
and we can smoke it.
It's everything we do.
Put that in your glass and smoke it.
That should be the new ending to any cocktail that we make. Is
Would you smoke it?
What if we smoked it?
What if we? Yeah.
Let me just do it.
Don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What if we Cheech and Chong this baby? It's up in smoke. Smoke.
Yeah. It's true. A lot of them do store just fine. I still have my Regan's Orange Bitters, I think, probably from like 12 years ago that I got.
I invest in meat. I mean, that's not a bad thing. That's all right, too.
Oh.
Skunky IPA. What if we smoked it?
What if we smoked it?
What if we smoked it?
Bud Light. What if we smoked it?
No.
Smokey's got smoked dilk. There we go.
Oh, God. Smoked dilk. That's gross. That's nasty.
Slow smoked dilk.
Slow smoked dilk? Oh, God.
Just let it, yeah.
That's just gross.
So I don't have anything. Don't we have more bourbons to try?
We have
from your extended collection.
I have several. Like I said, I have several. I just don't know how many I want to have open at the same time.
I understand. That makes sense.
No, because I want to try the Larceny. I have the Larceny barrel proof. I have that Whistle Pig that I finally want to get to and try. And I know we keep talking about rums too. Like I know that's not like I mentioned. Like I mean, if we bought a rum, like I wouldn't mind actually having a classic daiquiri. Like so, that's something people always talk about. Like that's kind of a forgotten drink. That's something you could smoke too. There's always more bourbon. There is slow smoked dilk with little chunks of hot dog floating around. God damn it, Nix, that's gross. I don't know where that went. Dear Lord, that is nasty. What is going on, chat? What are you guys thinking about? That's disgusting.
If anything, it's just a good excuse to drink a delicious Manhattan. It's always a good time.
That is always a very good time. As well.
Yeah, I guess. Well, who was it? Dr. Taco?
Yeah, Dr. Taco hasn't been in here a little bit because I would like to go down. I know I saved some
Irish
of them.
whiskey. Yeah, no, we're coming up on St.
That's
Patrick's
the other
Day.
one. Frosty, thank you actually for mentioning that.
Because
you always, what are the two you always mention? Please mention them again because I forget it like a dum-dum.
Trader Joe's, but I don't think it's coming in. We'll get this special reserve Irish whiskey, and a customer actually was saying it's made by Bushmills, and I was like, I have no idea who it's made by, but okay.
Someone mentioned Stranahan's, but that's just a regular whiskey. Where is? I was trying to see if I bookmarked it. Oh, the root beer I was going to look for at Total
We
Wine.
don't need
That
an
I
excuse.
do remember.
No. Sometimes you just need a little push.
Yeah. The root beer I wanted to look for because they mentioned that was possibly a Total
Speckers?
Wine. So I wanted to, yeah,
Streckers?
I wanted to look for that.
Sprockets?
Oh, the Redbreast, right? Yep, I just came to the link right there. I just found that one.
12-year.
That's the one you really like? Okay. And the Green Spot, did you like that or no? Stranahan's Colorado, I think, was not a fan. Okay, someone in chat had mentioned that previously. They were mentioning the Stranahan stuff. I did not find any of that, Nix. I know you talked about that too. I bookmarked that. I think that was when I was doing Cyberpunk. We talked about that. Yeah, Redbreast was.
We
the
have
other
a
one.
Glenfiddich at the store, but it's not IPA experiment.
Yeah, that one sounded really interesting. We looked it up. It was a limited release kind of thing.
So we have the Balvenie 12-year at work.
Is that the double oak or just the?
Yeah, the double oak.
Okay.
And our sign had said $64.99.
Okay.
But then we go to ring it up, and it rings up at $59.99. So it's an even better deal. I know. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I like the Green Spot, but I enjoy the Redbreast more. Okay, but what about Irish whiskey though? That's what we were trying to get to. Yeah, I have that linked right here.
Oh,
because I have not had a lot of Irish whiskeys. I have the Jura here, 22 years. That's a good one.
Green Spot A+.
Green Spot. I'd have a Green Spot of Irish whiskey. Single pot still, triple distilled, matured in bourbon and sherry, seasoned Spanish oak cask. So that sounds definitely more interesting. Again, I'm the pathetic person that I've only probably had Jameson and one other kind of Irish whiskey in my life, and those have always been okay, but they're just lighter and fruitier, and I don't usually aren't quite as exciting for them. But you'll love the taste of those sweet things, those sweet savings. I'm a Jameson guy. It's my go-to. I like Proper 12 as well. Proper 12, that's the, what's his name? Conor McGregor, right? I think Cope, if he's in chat still, I think it's had the Proper 12. And that was just kind of both of those are just, for me, like I said, they're fine, but they're just always kind of it's lighter, a little bit fruitier. And that's just not what normally I like. But this one at least does sound good, the one he's mentioning. It was McGregor, okay, but he sold it for 500 million. But yeah, that one's kind of that same price range, right? As Jameson, isn't it around $20-25? Is it more than that?
Yeah, we sell Jameson for 27, but I know we're on the higher side for that.
Which is weird. Some of your cheaper stuff you're on the higher side on, and your stuff that should be more expensive is lower.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. No, I can definitely be taught that. Jameson is an IPA cask whiskey. That's good.
We've had that.
They have a coffee one that's absolute trash though. So we have had the IPA cask. There's actually a review on that if you go to the website AboutBeverages.com or go to probably YouTube.
We had
check that out. That one is there. And we also
had
had the stout edition.
Okay.
We didn't have the coffee one. We had the stout edition. The stout one I think I liked a little better because it just had a little more character. I may even have a little. I think I finally used that up. I think I'd use that in something. Had the stout one too. It was okay. I'll pick up the VOD on your OnlyFans. Nice. I appreciate that, Nix. Yeah, they are. Like I said, no, that's again. Yeah, I'm looking at the Redbreast is 55. I don't know how much the Green Spot one was. This one sounds more interesting to me, so maybe that might be one that we would want to try. But yeah, between that and like I said, there were some rums that were in the $30 or $35 range that we had talked about, and that then also could be combined into cocktails or something. So. Grand 10, is that something? How about Grand Marnier? There it is. It's a thing. I've clicked on it. Not available in your store.
Made in Boston.
Oh, Grand 10 Distilling, made in Boston with pride.
With pride. With pride. Handcrafted.
With pride.
With pride.
Oh, Costco.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. I think it's a bit cheaper than Total Wine. Yeah, if you can find it at Costco. It's probably also in like a gallon drum too. The Quiet Man single malt. That's a good name for a single malt.
The Quiet Man. Isn't that a John Wayne movie?
That is.
The Quiet Man.
John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara.
So quiet I couldn't even hear him.
What? What was that?
That's how quiet.
Fire Puncher Day. COVID updates. Oh, that's not the name of a whiskey. 55-gallon drum of coffee. No, that can't be true. Bostonians aren't proud. They never have been.
Nah.
Tours and tastings. Spirits. Spirits.
Are you a cop?
Are you a cop? Measure rum, Fire Puncher Black. I just wanted to see the label for this Quiet Man, but I don't see it.
Dan Patrick's going to be having a new release of his whiskey. I think it's going to be salted caramel this time.
Oh, does he have a whiskey?
It's called like White Lightning
whiskey?
or something, White Dog or something. It's called something.
55-gallon drum for $55. Yeah, that sounds accurate. That sounds accurate. Oh man! All right. Well, we are going to head on out of here. We will figure out what we're going to do next week.
We'll keep you posted.
Maybe we can tie that into either a tasting of something that then we can make into a cocktail a few weeks later.
And then we can smoke it.
Yeah, and we could smoke it then too. Which like I said again, I that was again how we originally did some of our podcasts when we would do spirits. We were always like, well, we need to turn this into at least a couple podcasts.
Done it. We got it. Yeah.
So because we bought all these things, so like it'd be nice if we could maybe do the same. So maybe we'll try and pick out a rum or like I said, if we do an Irish whiskey or something, turn it into a cocktail and try it as well. Straight lightning is government sanctioned moonshine here.
Well, it's straight lightning.
Go straight lightning, you're burning up my mouth tonight. Straight lightning, go straight lightning. Head where? It's almost your bedtime. You should be in bed already, Guardian. Now I can't believe you're not in bed yet. It's 9:30.
27-year Redbreast. Oh, let's get that one instead.
Only $6.50. Okay, well I'll make sure I get that PO box and you guys can send.
That'll be our end of the year podcast.
That would be. I would be so sad to get something like that and then be like, oh, I don't like this at all.
Yeah,
That'd be so depressing. Yeah.
Did you get this at Trader Joe's? At least I could return it.
Oh my God. Wouldn't that be greght? Take it in there and they're like, well, we don't sell this. No, I'm pretty sure you did. It was over there. All right, we'll give you credit for it. How much was it? $650.
About $650.
About $650. Oh man. All right. Well, we're going to take off. We're going to go drop a raid on Mr. Burgundy Whirl. He is doing some thought-provoking Thursdays. He is doing some solo content that normally there's 3 people doing this kind of content. He's doing it solo by himself. He's doing some fun,
got some magnificent
Let's go
beard action going on there.
End of days podcast. It does. It almost reaches the bottom of his camera.
Holy mackerel! It does.
It looks luxurious.
It's almost out of his frame.
Perfect timing. He just died. We'll go in there and we can wish him luck on his next run. He didn't make it very far. That elevator in the Corrupted Strike is a bitch, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I would send meat, not booze. Beverage Bro drinking. Singing duet sounds good. We would have to probably have a few more Manhattans than what we've had tonight if we wanted to get that done. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it as always. And we will see you next week.
Have a good week.
Something.
See you next week.
Good night.